This is Dola, doing another Everquest stream on Modern EQ on the Kazakh Duel server with my 6-box team using ISBoxer. I'm going to be doing the first Chardok Partisan quest, and that is probing the fortress. It starts here as a group mission in Licinium, which is the starting zone for the Empires of Kunark expansion. These quests are important, basically in modern EQ, and all the raids are required. You have to do all the quests in order to get the raids. And so in this particular case, we can already get the raids for EOK and Ring of Scale, but you need to get the achievement for doing all the partisan tasks for EOK in order to stop some of the AE effects. Like one of them is a huge mana drain, and another one is also a dot. So that's really hard to deal with when you're also taking mob damage as a tank. So I'm just about to get the task now. And now it says we need to travel to Chardok. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, since I'm bound and Scorched Woods on my wizard, they have an ability called Teleport Bind that basically ports the whole group to the wizard's bind location. And so I'm going to go ahead and use that and port the whole group to Scorched Woods and then walk up to Chardok from there. Sorry, I was just checking a message on my phone to make sure I didn't get anything important from my wife, since she is at work, but she also has epilepsy, so I'm always very cautious with her, which sometimes gets on her nerves, but she understands that I'm just trying to be safe and I don't want her to get hurt. So now I have my whole group auto-following my Shadow Knight. And I have double invis on, so gonna run out of this little gully that the bird and I are in. And then head over to Chardok, which is over here. I do have to be on the lookout for worms though, since the worms here in Scorched Woods do see through all types of invis. So, actually real fast, give me a minute. I'm gonna turn on the music. I forgot to turn that on, so I apologize. Okay, so I got the music turned on. The only reason I didn't really notice it is because for me I keep it so low in case I'm listening to Mumble or Discord or whatever happens to be going on at that point. So for me the music is down at a low level to where I can barely hear it, but I can hear it somewhat, and you can still sometimes see me humming to the song or whatever. I may actually turn that volume up just a little bit. There, I turned it up from 1 to 3 in the volume meter, so that should at least make it listenable. Did see an old friend who logged on, Pradera. She's an old guildie from when I played back during like the POP era. She said she had retired around 2008. So, but she had been playing on some of the TLPs. Not Kornav. She played an enchanter on Agnar, and then she got tired of doing Plane of Time constantly, and so that's where that server's locked at. So now she plays on Finny. She's actually playing a cleric on Finny apparently, which she really enjoys. She had played a druid with Silent Redemption back when she played on this server. She might be coming back to the server. She isn't really quite sure yet. She knows that right now she plays with her husband, but she isn't really quite sure she's going to be able to get him back into regular Everquest at this point. So I guess we'll just have to see how that goes. So zoning into Chardok so I can start this group mission. Never done this mission before, but it shouldn't be too complicated. Just gonna redo auto follow. And then redo double invis just to be safe. And I'll have to remake a pet at some point, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. So at this point, need to find the prince's room, which should be right around here. Yep, prince's room. So it's gonna be an interesting run. I have to admit, like I said, I've never been there before. At least not in this zone. And it's been a long time since I've been into the old school Chardok. And these crocodiles do see through invis, so I'm gonna pull this one here. I see I have to make a new pet for my enchanter, plus do some pet weapons, but I'll worry about that later. It's not all that important right now. Right now, I just want to get this Flesh Ripper dead, and she sees through what I'm trying to do. In fact, I may have to pull this whole little area because I need to go that way. So, I'm gonna get my bard. Apparently, my bard is stuck. Named isn't up. That's kind of sad. So, right now, real fast, I'm gonna make a pet on my enchanter. Just because our pets actually now are pretty good. In some ways, if you buff them and have steady healing for them, they can actually tank a named. So that tells you how good that they become. And on my mage, I'm gonna make some pet weapons real fast. First, I'm gonna make some firebound orbs. It's basically an item that you can use from your bags or inventory, or just a free spot, and it's procs 30k nuke. Let me check. 26,094 damage, and it's got a believe. Let's see, 12-second cooldown. Okay, so now I'm gonna create the pets. I'm gonna get this the way for right now. I'll switch that to my trader at some point to sell the bulwark. Basically, that's a gate item that lets you go to POK. So, got that done. Want to make sure I'm moving away from the mobs. Last thing I want to do is move towards them when I'm not ready, because this mage, while pretty good, is still fairly squishy. So, need to look for my enchanter's pet, which is right there. I like giving him the fire swords. I just think it's a cool look. And I'm also gonna make a pet on my Shadow Knight, since actually no, I already have a pet, but I don't know where he's at currently. Ah, there he is. He's hiding in the pillars. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him some pet weapons. That just helps out with general damage. And now I'm gonna use my enchanter to passive these mobs so I can do single pulls. I'll probably still get two, probably. Nice. So I only got one. That's good. There's these two mobs right there that kind of worried me just a tad bit. So right now I'm just gonna try to get this mob dead, and then pull the other C-Invis dog, and then I can just invis through, I hope, to the next section that I need to go to. Unfortunately, LOL doesn't work like it used to. I wish it did. So, gonna passy him. Passy him. He doesn't resist it. And of course, there's always a chance when this resists that I could actually pull aggro on the mob, which is definitely not what I want, but so send the pets in, get this Chokodai. I'm guessing that's how you spell it, or say it, I'm not really quite sure. But I pronounce it Chokodai. At least that's how it looks like. So gonna get this dead. Let's see, I already have group perfected levitation, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so that mob is dead. Gonna stop my bard song. So I'm gonna do auto follow. It also gives me, I have it set up to whenever I do auto follow, my bard also gives me Cello Sonata, which is bard speed AA. And now I'm gonna double invis again. Now I'm gonna have my hotkeys set up and my macros for my enchanter to dash and slow. Send this pet in for my mage to Malo. Send this pet in, my cleric to start healing. My wizard to send in his little sword pets. And that's usually the beginning of my rotation there. And then I hit my DPS macros. I know a lot of people say I'm gonna get banned for using ISBoxer. I keep hearing it every single day. Yet, I've been using ISBoxer for years and I've never been banned. They have even stated on their forums, as long as you're at the computer and you're not automating anything, they're not gonna prevent you or ban you from using ISBoxer. It's not like MacroQuest where it automates things through scripts to where you don't even control the character. With ISBoxer, nothing will happen unless I input the command for something to happen. So that's the big difference between ISBoxer and MacroQuest. Now, do some people still use MacroQuest? I'm sure they do, but I'm not one of them. I don't like cheating in that way. If I can't control the characters myself, then I shouldn't be playing them. So the ISBoxer just gives me an easier way to control my characters, but the point is I'm still the one in control. There's no program or anything doing the controlling for me. I'm gonna stop my bard songs. I'm gonna redo auto follow. Do double invis. Let's see. I have 52 AA on my Shadow Knight. I want to see what I can do to help increase my, for one thing, survivability. Interesting choices. I think I'm gonna go with Endless Enmity, just useful for raid tanking. That's what I'm gonna get right now, is Ageless Enmity. Okay, so no. Keep going. Invoker, soldier, or Shaolin soldier. Some more Chokodais. Now I'm gonna break autofollow just for a minute so I can do Passy. He's right there. I'm also passing him too. Go ahead and pull this first Chokodai. Send in the pet. Go ahead and have my enchanter Mez the soldier. Okay, now I'm free to go ahead and DPS a Chokodai down. Apparently my phone is dying. Just lots of fun. Gonna go ahead and get him slowed. Okay, so that particular part wasn't fun. Didn't see the ad behind me, but luckily my mage didn't die. Because of some of my procs from my Shadow Knight, it started to attack me instead. Okay, so now I'm gonna aggro this Watcher, and then pet. Start my slow rotation. Basically, I want to make this video to show how to do this task. And that is a long way to the princess room. After I kill this next Crocodile though, I'm going to take a 2-minute AFK. I need to put my phone on the charger and turn the ringer on in case my wife needs me. I'm also, once I get back, going to leave the headphones off of myself. I'll still have the microphone on and near me, but I'll just go ahead and keep the headphones off in case I need to hear my cell phone ring. Like I said, my wife needs me. Much of the Pantheon streams that they had this week. I saw the first 20 minutes of the one with the Dire Lord. But I'll have to admit, the graphics on Pantheon look amazing. I wasn't all that impressed so far with the Dire Lord, but hopefully they can work out some of the kinks that seem to be going on with it. I'll be right back in 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so now go ahead and turn on auto follow again. Do my normal double invis. Basically just means casting the group invis to undead spell with my cleric, and then casting the group AA invis with my enchanter. And as long as since my enchanter doesn't have it land after, then both will be in effect at the same time. So according to the map, I need to go this way. Go ahead and kill this flesh ripper. Not even gonna attempt to undo the auto follow right now, since there's only one mob here right now. There's no point really, so I'm just gonna keep them following me. I'm also thinking about changing my webcam to where on non-raid nights I go to the chroma cam let you basically see, basically be able to, you won't see like my house or my apartment. Instead, you would just see me with the game background. Right now, I think I'm just gonna do regular invis. Hey, hon, how you doing? How you doing, hon? That's good. How's work? Yeah, my day work was good too. I can't say it went fast, but it was a good day. I like the job, so it went by fairly fast. But I really like doing data entry. So 2 more days until my dad gets here. I already had some. I had 2 or 3 pieces as soon as I got home. The bar died. God, I got to hit. That's good. I got off around 4:30, but I have to be at work by 7:30 myself, which for me is difficult because I'm not a morning person. I have to fight to get myself awake at 6 a.m. to get to work, but and we had ordered Pizza Hut yesterday, so I just had some extra slices that we had left over. My wife had her Hawaiian pizza, which she's a big fan of. I'm not so much, so I had a pizza myself of cheesy Parmesan, sorry, garlic Parmesan sauce, along with grilled chicken and pepperoni. So I had 2 pieces of that when I got home. Yeah, it was garlic Parmesan sauce. Well, you said you didn't like it. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll do two Nairs Grace. That'll give me some extra healing. Let's see. So what, like, do you play Everquest, or do you have any hobbies, or like, what games do you like to play? Oh, nice. 3 box. And Necromage Shaman, that's a pretty good combo. I know I was originally thinking about making combos similar to that, since Necros and Mages are very similar. When I was making the 6 box originally before the Wizard, I had actually made a Necro. And even though I loved the Necro, uh, he wasn't able to do nearly as much DPS quickly. Their Necros are made for more long-term DPS. And so it I decided to replace him with the Wizard, especially when the Enchanter dots got nerfed. So Legendary Chris, and whenever I get a chance, like when I get this EOD1 achievement, I'm going to be doing a challenge on CoreNav, uh, going from level 1 to max level completely solo, so no grouping. And I'm thinking about either doing it with a Necro or with an Enchanter. Haven't decided yet which I want to. Probably an Enchanter since I mained an Enchanter for 15 years. Yeah, I know I may be repeating myself, but I have no idea what people have heard me say or what they haven't heard me say, so I like to keep everyone informed. I know Chris thinks I'm nuts, but I think it should be entertaining. Easy? No, but entertaining. I'm not gonna bother with match right now. I'm just gonna turn my Epic 2.0 and Visage of Death on. That way my attacks will give me health. After all, I only have 5 hours and 12 minutes left to get this done, and I'm still trying to clear my way to the Princess Room. That's the only problem with Chardok is all these C-Invis Trocadires and C-Invis Guardians. Right now I'm still trying to establish myself, so that's one of my main goals with this stream. And also, of course, I want to bring some more mainstream attention back to Everquest. I mean, that's never going to be in the level of WoW again. That's impossible at this point. But it's not a dead game, and I would love to have people be more interested in it than they are. But as it is, if you talk to anyone and you mention an MMORPG, the only one anyone ever talks about is WoW. And WoW's a good game. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to diss WoW. I played it for about 6 months to a year. But it just couldn't replace EverQuest to me. I will wait and see if Pantheon is able to surpass EverQuest for me, but I simply don't know. I'm definitely interested in trying Pantheon as long as they work a lot of those bugs out. Like I was saying, that whole Dialord situation doesn't really fill me with confidence right now. Just so far what they've done with it, it looks pretty, but it seems overly complicated for a tank class. Or maybe that's just my take of it, but don't really want to go that way. Yeah, I watched about 20 minutes of the Dire Lord one, and that's about all I could really stand of it. Like I said, it looks awesome, graphics wise. I just hope they are able to do more work. I mean, Brad is the guy who originally helped develop EverQuest, so if anyone can do it, it would be that team, but still remains to be seen. guys have a lot of HP. That's funny. One of my guildies just said they ordered food and the delivery driver's name was Absol, like one of the EQ developers and GMs. Haven't heard that name in forever. But I'm really hoping I can get my stream like I don't know. Just I want to make it to where at least I'm not talking to myself for the most part. That'd be nice. Have actual conversations like I am having with you. That's one of the main reasons I'm doing this. I like interacting. Well, now I'm blind. Thanks, honey. Gotta love Call the Hero. Probably not. I mean, it's a maybe, but right now I'm pretty full. Yeah, suppose so. If I haven't had another piece, probably by 9, I'm probably not going to before I go to bed. Of course, there's still 3 pieces left, so if you honestly want to give it a try, hon, you can. It's funny, yesterday she said she didn't like it, but she only took an itty bitty bite and not really tried it. Only problem with my job is I have to wear dress clothes. I know casters are my favorite class in Everquest. I could never see myself playing like a mage, like a warrior or a monk or a rogue. Just I can't play a class without a mana pool. Sorry, I just can't. Like I'm a caster at heart. I have utmost respect for warriors, rogues, and monks. I know a lot of awesome ones. Main being one of them. Should be entering the channel now. But I'm just not. I don't have the personality to play it. I like playing casters, even if it's a melee caster with a mana bar. Still, to me, a caster. Those things are hard to kill. Oh, Civilization Prudence. That's cool. Definitely gonna put that into some of my... Yeah, it's got a dexterity. So that's awesome. I'm gonna put that into my Shadow Knight's armor later. Just wanna see if I were to sell it, how much it would go for. The proficiency goes for a decent amount. About 50, all of them go for about 50k. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that to my Shadow Knight, Noshi. Since it has a 46 heroic dexterity, or 41, something like that. Just looked at it. Yeah, 42, my mistake. So gonna have my bard stop casting or singing. That way he doesn't break his own abyss and die, which happens far more frequently than you might believe. Okay, so it looks like I have to do double invis right now. There. Let's see, so I'm safe for the blood omens. Safe from the undead dragoons. Just that way when he attacks and gets a proc, instead of getting health back, he gets mana back. And see, it doesn't, aside from Thought Leech, he doesn't have a great way to get mana back either. So gonna do my double invis. Are you gonna be playing on Cornev at all tonight? Yeah, of course. You know what? I'm tired of this. It's pretty close to. It may be a little bit bigger or more extensive in the EOK, but I think it roughly has the same layout as. Like, I'm pretty certain it has the same overall layout that the original chart did in Runes of Kunark. And you said you played on E Mars, so what level is your Necro Mage and Shaman at? Nice. You ever do any of the Call the Forsaken heroic adventures? I mean, that's basically what I did to level up my tunes. Okay, just messing with a guildie. It hasn't been on very much lately. And he was actually speaking with our old guild leader, who actually used to live in San Antonio at the same time I did as a doctor. Right now, he is currently a medical examiner in Georgia, and he's traveling the country, right? Like, not the country, he's actually out of the continent right now, I believe in Europe or Asia. So he basically retired, plus he was getting tired of all the drama that goes with being a guild leader for the top end raid guild. Can't say I blame him, it's not a job I'd ever want. Ever. Okay, so right now I'm trying to get to the printer's room, which is over there. Trying to avoid anything that could kill me. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna see if this Councilman Gualanex is. Huh? Okay, so it's not a named. How I'm supposed to get to the princess room with all these mobs in the way, though, I'm not really quite sure. See, so I have to get there. These guys seeing this. This one doesn't. And I think there are mobs in the corners. I'm gonna move backwards a little bit to see if these council member named are okay. So yeah, they will attack. Good to know. So I'm gonna move back, move forward again, so my enchanter can get some targeting. Luckily, with Passy, you don't have to be line of sight. I'm gonna try to mass the Judicator. Gonna use my instant cast life tap to get some health back. I hate the new passies, the way that they changed them way back a couple years ago. I wish I would have just left the lull line alone. But at the same time, I know it was too easy to get through some places, so I guess I can't really blame them. So when you 3-box, do you use any programs like ISBoxer like I do, or you just Alt-Tab? I know a lot of people think ISBoxer is cheating and I'm gonna get banned for it, but I've been using it for years and I haven't been banned yet. Plus, I've made forum posts saying that as long as there's no automation where you're not at the keyboard and it's playing the game for you, then they're not gonna ban you. I think I'm gonna stop my stream tonight though after this quest is done. I have 3 quests I have to do for this, and this is how it's gonna be. Trying to just work my way through Chardok each time is gonna be a slight pain. Like right now, I'm going to have my group this and sit down to get mana. So are you using any program? Dataho? Dataho? Sorry if I'm pronouncing that badly. Or do you just do alt tabbing? And is the music too loud? If it is, I can turn it down. I only turned it up a little bit earlier because I could barely hear it at all. So there's a war dog that way. Let's see if there's a... Okay, that's no good. Okay, good. That one's moving. That's the way to get to the Queen's area. But I don't need to go that way right now. Weapon racks. I remember those. Those were important in the anniversary quest. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this mob now. Just trying to keep the positioning because these mobs do knock you back. So they can knock you out of melee range if you're not careful. Guilty Randoman was actually doing a ROF raid tonight, which was kind of fun, but I need to get this EOD1 task done, so I decided to pass on it. So I'm going to assist, do passing, and gonna try to pull just the war dog. I don't know if that's gonna work, but I'm gonna try. Trying to just clear the C and Biz mobs. That way I can invis through as much as I possibly can. It's already been an hour and 20 minutes since I started this task, and I haven't gotten to the princess room even yet, so so Wizard's 106, that's not bad. I actually lost track of what level he was. Got a double ambush just because I don't know what really is around the corner. Granted, if it's something like a Chokodai or a Guardian that's seeing this, there isn't a whole lot I can do about it. intelligence report, or logistics report, whatever they want to call it. I believe it is actually called a logistics report. And then you have to get the battle plans from the other Queen's room. And have to go to the Night Garden. Well, that was easy. group. Sorry, I missed your message earlier. This area that I'm in Chardok is the Queen's Room area. Right now, I'm hoping the other guy doesn't train me. See, right now, like on the map, right here, and see, and if the walkthrough is right, the Queen's Room is up here on the second floor. I'm gonna change it to the mana aura. I'd be more worried about the toddler that got ate, that looked like it was gonna be eaten. In that commercial, there was a in one of the preview shows a little toddler looking outside the like aquarium window, and you see the huge shark open his whole jaws and close down over the whole thing. Oh, well, I mean, he eats through that little window thing, so as far as I know, I mean, it's a huge, huge shark. The Megalodon, the Meg movie, is about a extinct shark-type dinosaur that you remember, like the Jurassic Park movie. It's about as big as a Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's how big it was supposed to be. Nope. It's about a Megalodon, which is supposedly like an extinct dinosaur that was a lot like a shark. Like, I don't know if you remember the Lost World, you know, that big water dinosaur that came up and ate that genetically mutated one? Same kind of thing. Yeah, lots of fun. Let's see. So how you doing now, Data? Doing okay? At dinner? Streaming, remember? I didn't say darling. I asked him if he came back because he was eating supper. His wife was making supper for him. He had to leave and I asked him. I did not say darling. I promise you that. The only one I called darling is you. Yeah, I know. I looked away and I was dead too. Stupid mobs. Okay, let's see if this will work any better. This is basically what kind of happened last time. I'm gonna try to burn this one down. Gotta love harm touch. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do all 3 person tasks today. There's this one area, the fisherman's area, that I have no idea. Maine, do you have any idea about that one? Cause I'm lost. Rendezvous point. I have no idea how to get there. I think right now I'm gonna see. Do I have to come back to the princess area? What's the next task? 1 second. Their own medicine. Yep, you too. You have a good night, bud. I'm sorry I haven't been very talkative right now, but with all the deaths, I've been trying to concentrate, so I'm sorry about that. Yep, you too, bud. See you soon. Hey, El Gore, how you doing? I'm working on EOK progression at Chardok, Partisan 1. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Did you ever finish that Licinium one? I should talk to Armentius. He's working on Licinium progression now also. I don't know if that would help you at all, but I know that he is working on it at the same time. Figure it can't hurt if you were to work together. a second one done while I have to go to bed in about an hour. So I'm gonna call it here. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight, and thank you for the great conversations I had with everyone tonight. And hope you all have a great time in EQ. Hope you stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. You know, I'm not gonna be streaming tomorrow. Like I said, I am changing my streaming schedule, so Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays I'm not gonna be streaming. I will see you stream-wise on Friday. Hope you have a great week. Later.